Okay, so I'm doing my weekly game dev stream, and I'm going back to Proc Jam, which is this little shooter game where you switch the bodies with these other little guys. So if you kill somebody, you switch their body. And I switched to Windows because last week, I mean, I think it's a combination of my streaming software and just the Linux Unity editor. It was just I could barely focus the Unity editor half the time. But in Windows, it just runs great. So like this would be at like 20 frames per second in Linux for whatever reason. And I think I was trying to figure out how to do this mini map, like to get you can see the white where you've walked. It like reveals the map. And if I where is that? We had these layers, so there's like a render image, and then there's what is that? Oh, that's a pivot. Yeah, there's like this. Okay, there's two layers. There's like the not really fog of war, but the exploration map, and then there's like the top-down render image, and then there's these little blips where it shows you all the enemies. So it sort of has to be like a sandwich, I guess. And I was having a really hard time getting an alpha to work on this reveal layer. And I think I just need to write a shader. Like I was avoiding it, but I think it's just I need to write a shader and basically say, okay, if it's dark enough, you draw something, and if it's not dark, you leave it alpha. You know what? Oh wait, let me get there. A level of no enemies, nothing to interrupt me. And so this uses a material. Does the material use shaders? I forget how this works. Yeah, okay, so the material uses a shader. So I can change that to whatever I want. And I'd like to not start from scratch. Okay, this is the one I got from Minions art that I didn't want to use. Well, I couldn't get it working, but it also it has like the player's position is like a uniform value that's updated, and I'm just sort of drawing things with a render texture. So I think assign a texture. Oh, I do that. Yeah, custom map reveal. Okay. So that should stick if I yeah, custom map reveal. And you see it's not doing anything. Okay, so I just want one texture. I hope if I save this, I hope it just updates without, like, does that just update? Or does it? Oh, please don't flush the entire. No. Okay, good. So it recompiles the shader, but it doesn't like flush all the code, which is perfect. More or less. Okay. And where do I assign that texture? Set texture, main text. Yeah, it's drawing the explored stuff, so it's just doing it like a black and white thing. So let me just look at like a basic Unity texture shader with alpha. Maybe this is more what I want. I wish, I don't really think this, I wish it was like syntax highlighted, but I don't think that's like a language I have. I don't even know what this is. It's HLSL maybe? Or Unity special thing. I mean, there, I can just I can just pretend it's JavaScript or whatever. Okay, so save this. This has like way too many. Hmm. I mean, this is okay. I want this like transparent settings. This is a lot of complicated stuff that I don't think I need. Let's try color, transparent color, threshold. Oh my, it's working. Oh, finally. That's great. Okay. So that's that's exactly what I want, which I just got from one of those Unity Answers posts. So white is transparent. I don't know if this does anything. Like if we make this green. No, that doesn't do anything. It doesn't matter. And you got like a threshold, although we also don't really care about that. Okay, I'm happy with that. I guess, like, is this actually, like, this is, you're always going to see this much in the map. Is this square the right size? I mean, it's hard it's hard to tell. I mean, if I was smart, I would do some sort of like projection from the isometric camera onto this little thing I'm drawing, but I'm not really that dedicated. Like this right here, I see part of a curve. I mean, you're looking at it like a 45-degree angle, so I think I just want to make that a little bigger, and you can just sort of see the map more than you could see actually on the screen. Where am I doing that? Draw, reveal map, draw texture. Okay, so I'm making a texture every frame, which that can't be good. And then draw texture, RTT. So, and I'm whatever size that is, that's what I'm drawing. Okay, so let's just okay, so RT, so let's call it BT. And let's say that's like 30 by 30. I'm saving a reference to it so that I can make it once and then use it so I don't locate all that memory every frame. Okay, so well, just, I mean, I'm passing in RT, so pass in VT. Dim is just going to be the width of VT. And this is what I made. I don't need this. And reveal map. They're like working on my roof, so if it starts getting really loud, I don't know, just there's nothing we can do about it, I guess is my point. I mean, they were just, I don't know what they were doing, but it was really loud this morning, and they might have been on a lunch break or something. Okay, reveal map. These render textures, so it's like there's two ways to change a texture. You can, if it's a texture 2D, you can set pixels. And then after you're done, you apply it. Render textures, it's like an OpenGL context, sort of just like how your screen is, but so you do this sort of thing where you just load like a you load like a view matrix that's like a 2D of the same size as a texture, and then you can do whatever OpenGL stuff you want. So you could just like draw 3D stuff if you really wanted, and that's supposed to be faster, I guess. With a nil. Oh, because it updated. Yeah, I just want to restart this too. Okay, so that's a little bigger. You know, for some reason I can't shoot. I was doing that earlier. What happened? Like I can't shoot when there's no enemies. That's, I don't know, that's odd. Oh, I should probably write down that. That's kind of weird. Where's my to do? Oh, why is that? Okay. I guess bugs can't reliably shoot when there's no enemies. I mean, if that's really what it is, it's probably not a problem, because when there's no enemies, like the game should be over or the next level should start. But I mean, if anything you don't understand, it's probably good to write it down. Oh, why are these? Oh, I think I might need to change the. That's interesting. I have like no idea where I am. Seriously, no idea. Um, no, this needs to be in front. Why are those showing through? Okay, so we're not. We're not totally done with this. Did, like what happened? Did I just break it? Okay. So it's this reveal map just stopped working. I mean, I'm not. You remember like 3 minutes ago when that was working perfectly, and I haven't changed anything, right? Like, why are these? Oh, what did I do here? I swear I didn't change anything. This is weird. I mean, it's worth. Uh, it is working. None of the positions changed in the UI. Oh, is it the thresh? No. Like this is it's working. It's just not showing up. That's weird. Like why is this there? Nothing's rotated. Map cam. The texture is fine. Let me try going out of play mode. That's weird. Which should take a this takes a good 30 seconds. I mean, the thing with using Clojure, it's really great because you can like edit code and update it live. Um, and then it's really finicky because if you have any sort of thing that you need to leave play mode, it takes like a long time. It takes like 40 seconds, maybe more. I don't know. See, there, it's working. That Who knows? Who knows? So these things, they need to be in between these two textures. And I don't think changing like the Z values on this, for some reason it's not doing anything. Um, we could just draw these straight to the map layer. Because one thing, I mean, after we fix this, I want to get into like optimization, and I'm pretty sure this UI mini map like is going to be allocating garbage and taking a little bit longer than I'd like. And these little blips are just like a bunch of something. They're like a image or a UI image or something. So where are we doing that? Draw blips. Yeah, let's just redo this. That sounds that sounds fun. That sounds reasonable. So I'm like, yeah, I'm making a ton of these things. I was like making them at the start of the level, and I don't need to do that. Oh, and they had like a tag. Yeah. So I don't need this reference. Oh, what the heck? There. Okay, so we want to do times count entities. Do times is great. That's my new favorite thing. Because I'm used to using like a for loop. I mean a closure for loop, and that creates a sequence, which is allocates a lot. Do times doesn't do that. I don't think. I hope not. Okay. And we don't need to sort of compare the blips with the enemies by count. So we've got our entity. I think this is I think this is what I'm using for, yeah. This will give me a location I can draw to. Okay, so if E is a player, and then I just want to oh, I'm going to need a texture for these guys too. I don't need to set the position. And I don't need to move the ones we're not using. I do need like another little texture though. So let's just say we have a green blip and we have a red blip. Um, I forget if 0 is like full alpha or like no alpha, whatever. We'll just leave that alpha out. And then green is, I forget, it's like our red, green, blue. So it's a second. Oh, so sorry. Red, green. All right, so draw blips. Oh, what am I passing in there? Where did I... Yeah, that's with O. Okay, so draw texture. Oh, I need to get that texture too. That should just be main texture, I think. Okay, so that should just draw those things on top of the render texture, which hopefully has already been set. I'm not really sure if that happens before or after. That should happen before the update. Let's hope. Just evaluate all of that. Do I even have my REPL open? Where? Like, I've been doing stuff. Oh, I have it. Sorry, I have another project open. I know I've been evaluating stuff. Okay. Oh, symbol X. What's going on? Yeah, no, this is... Like, I don't need to center these, so I think it's just XP and YP. not call width on nil? Okay, so the canvas has the green blip and the red blip. O is the canvas. Draw blips, minimap O. Maybe it's the minimap. The map image. That's a render texture, okay. State, the canvas, green blip. That's a render texture. Maybe I should look at this error more. Draw blips, and then draw texture. It's telling me that it's telling me that mini is not a thing. Which I don't understand. And it's logging nothing. What did I mess up? Oh no, that's not the right object. That's just the panel. What? Why am I passing that? Do I actually use that? I'm not even using that. Okay. Um, okay. It's not drawing anything though. Hmm. Like I wonder if that's just the order of how this thing is. Let's do a search. Unity. I'll search for render texture, camera, and draw texture. Draw texture on render texture. Okay, without camera. Like that might have just been a bad idea. Um, to assume that that would draw on top of that or whatever. So we could like use a third render texture. I mean, I'm okay with that, I guess. We've got the map image, we've got the reveal. I think if I just duplicate this, let's call this blips. And let's carefully save this place anyway. So in play mode, like if I update these prefabs, like everything I work with is a prefab, and if I want to update it, I drag it into like resources. Um, so you drag it onto itself if you've made like any sort of structural changes to it. If you mess that up, you will irreversibly overwrite whatever it was you dragged it onto, which is fun. It's like a, what's the term? A double-edged sword. Like it's nice being able to just save things without having to worry about saving the scene or whatever, but it can be bad. I mean, I guess if I checked more stuff into Git, it wouldn't be that big a deal. Okay, let's call this BT. I I'm accumulating so many like references to these render things. All right, so we've got BT. And then here we can just put in the texture. So like I don't need this. I can call this BT, get rid of this. We're gonna have to clear this. Let's just see if it works first though. It should just draw like a little trail wherever you walk. Interesting. Once again, something kind of broke maybe. Like I'm not getting any Okay, first of all, these should be like, I don't know, they should be small. Okay, so BTRT. You know, I should just uncomment this, so, yeah. Hmm. Let's just try restarting the, because once again, I don't understand why, like I expected the blip layer to maybe not work right away, but I don't know why the reveal layer stopped working. No, still not working. I mean, I gotta say, this is like maybe one of the more frustrating things I've ever ever tried to do in Unity, is to get these like these these Tang render layers working. You know, like how did I mess this up? Okay, that's weird. If I don't do that draw the blip layer, then the reveal works. Let's figure out where exactly that breaks. Like, let's set the texture on this. Oh, these are sharing the same something. How? Hmm. I guess because it's the same shader. Like there should be like an instance thing. Like I know with color you get like an instance material. Because BT is definitely a unique. Like if I do. What am I doing here? BT and RT. They're different. They're different references. But this material must be only settable once. Maybe I just duplicate this. Can I duplicate you? No. Custom. Okay. Okay, so now they're different. Um, oh, did I disable something else up here? Yeah. This is what I was expecting to, like this thing not to work right off the bat, but like, is this running? let's just log BT and the entities. Yeah. Nothing. Nothing. Oh no, look, there's a green thing. Which I don't see on my screen. And it's not. It's not easy. It's not easy making making games. It looks like Y is being negative or something. Was I? Yeah, so I was negating Y. So this should go. Okay, that explains it. There we go. So that's what I was expecting. Oh, and then like we want the transparent color. That's kind of like, why is it black down here? No clue. Well, I guess we do want to clear it every frame, so just try something red. Draw texture, BT. 0, 0. Is this? How's the stream quality? Is this? Because I'm looking at it on YouTube and I can't even. I can't read a single thing. I mean, OBS says it's not dropping any frames. Okay, I think. I mean, that's another thing I don't want to do. Okay. Like if this is 1 by 1. No, that you can't do that. Okay, so the texture has to be, well, we want this to be like white. Oh, look at that. On the on this screen it's perfect. Like this is, on this screen it's like drawing us black. Yeah, no clue. Uh, I mean, it's just it's supposed to be sending the albedo out. Read color from texture. Output color will be the texture color times the vertex color. I don't really understand that. Like, what if we just change this to C? Didn't seem to do anything. This just this just figures out the difference between the pixel color and that your transparent key color in the shader. So if it's below threshold, you discard, which is it's going to get the alpha. Otherwise, like what we could try not having an alpha at this part. No, that really broke things, right? Yeah, the albedo is, that's where the green is coming from. That's I wonder if this is because it's on the UI. Like, what if I here? Where's the player? Unity is acting really slow too. All of a sudden. Oof, yeah. Oh, because you know what? I know why. It's because I'm creating a 128 by 128 texture every damn frame. That's why it's getting slow. That was a mistake. Like, this is clearing, yeah, so this, we'll just call this CT. And we'll add yet another render texture reference down here. Like, it feels like it's getting out of hand, this whole feature. Just how many, like, this whole block is render texture nonsense. Yeah, no, none of you. just waiting for Unity to boot up. Okay. Is this me? It's still being super slow. I must have. What did I mess up? Let's watch the profiler. Oh, I know. Oh, okay. Uh, I don't even know if I can show you this because it's so slow. Um, these guys, these little swapland entities have like a huge Arcadia state, and it's trying to print that. Like I can't even stop doing everything. Yeah, this over here is just like a giant pretty printed EDN map of all sorts of stuff. And I was trying to like click on an entity and it was just gunking up the system. That might have been what happened last week too, and I kept thinking that my Unity was about to crash. Like, how do I even? Like, I don't know how to even. Let's check resources. Like, I just can't. I can't click on those guys. I guess because I don't think they don't have a component to start with, and Unity just wants to draw everything opened. Anyway, what was I doing? So I'm trying to figure out why this is green and it's black on the display. And I was going to delete. I was going to create no, like a cube and try and give it the same texture. I don't think I can drag things like I think I can maybe give it a maybe let's do a search for Unity shader UI black in game window. Kind of says something like, where is it? I may have figured out the issue. It seems all my images that were disappearing had materials set on the image component. Yeah. See, there it's nice and green. Like, what's going on here? Why is that black and white? So frustrated. I was so close to everything. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take like a 5-minute break here. So I'll be back in a second. Okay. I am back. I'm going to give myself 15 minutes to try and figure this out, and then we're going to switch to something maybe a little more fun, like a different body type for the guys. I suspect that this shader is working perfectly, but it's just not compatible with like the UI images or something. So let's do a search. Unity shader image UI. Custom shader on UI image. Oh, this is exactly my problem, I think. Custom shader assigned to material and image component. Problem is that the image shows as a black square in game view. In scene view, it shows correctly. That is exactly my problem. And there are zero answers. No one knows. And this was probably from like, well, it's from 2017. I mean, when you see these, it just kind of breaks your heart. Like, I feel like I should answer and be like, yeah, me too. No clue. Um, oh, when you have a canvas set to screen space overlay, it renders through a fast pass that has no lighting. If you have a material configured with only lighting passes, we are skipping it for rendering. What I have done now for 5.2 is to remove this check. This means if you have a shader that expects lighting, it may render black, but it will render. That sounds like my problem too. So I think that means, oof, like, okay, so this pragma stuff, it's like surface, surf, Lambert, alpha. I think I need some different settings here. Um, let's just do search Unity shader pragma UI. Mm. What does it say on it? Lighting passes. Like I don't know like the terminology here. Um, pragma, surface, surf. Uh, like I just want an example of a Unity canvas image shader. Oh, what was? Let me open up. Where's the minions art? Like, okay, tags, render type equals opaque, light mode equals forward base. Pass. Like, where's, I don't know where pass goes. Probably like, before CG program. Like, where, okay, subshader is there. Let's see if that compiles. No, that did something bad. Maybe we want this light mode tag. No. 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 Hmm. Unity, canvas, image shader, black. Unlit. Like, I wish I could see the source of the shader. These people are crazy. Someone gave a link. It's like, where can I get the source of the shader? And someone gave a link to the Unity download page. Um, I mean, which maybe I mean, maybe it's somewhere in there, but like, come on. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Properties, subshader, tags. I don't think I need this LOD thing. Let's just try all three of these. Z-write off, lighting off, fog mode off. Let's try that. Oh no, I want this too. Where's my custom? Okay, still nothing. Well, I just don't know enough about these things. Unity, CG program, UI shader. Pragma, surface surf. Like what? I should save as, save as. I guess it's good. I mean, it's working. Okay. I just have no idea what I'm doing. All right, well we're not going to solve that today. I guess we're closer than yes last week. That's still frustrating. Okay, so let's switch gears. So I want to make a new body type. Jeez, look at that. Okay. I want to make a new body type, and I want to test moving with it. And I think a good first step is I want to just like spawn. There's like a special player that spawns, basically, so that he's like a little businessman, and that he gets weirder as time goes on. And I want to have like a change that and just sort of spawn like a random thing. So let's take a look. These are, yeah, special starting player parts. So these parts will only turn into businessman. So like I think, player feet can only connect to player body, which can only connect to the head and the two arms. And I think, let's look at this monster and make level. Okay, yeah, so that's using player feet. Okay, so I think if I just, like if I ignore that, then I just start as a random thing. Cool. Which, I mean, so I have a chance of getting the body part that I want to be working on, which is fine. Because I can just, go through this pretty quick. Where is it? Jeez. Last time we made this tank body, or feet, and so it turns really slowly. So you can't, like, if you want to go backwards, it actually sort of takes a while to sort of turn. It's not exactly, I mean, it's like a lerp, so it starts quicker and slows down. And the new one I want to make is, let's see, Unity, Arcadia, Assets, Blends. Where is that? Creatures? Yeah, it's this it's like a beach ball. So I want to have like a beach ball kind of feet that um like will roll, and it sort of has a velocity, so if you want to change directions, it's going to take you a while. And then I want this thing to sort of like roll in a semi-realistic manner. So that's just called beach ball. So let's check resources, parts. Yeah, I don't have anything yet. So let's check blends, creatures, beach ball. Continue. So this isn't going to be the root object, I guess. This is just going to be like a graphic, probably. So if I go back into resources, parts, like I guess I can, we'll just modify boots. So we'll call this beach ball. Continue. Okay, so this is the connection body. So this will be a body connection. And then we'll call this, is this on the ground? Yeah. So this we want to move up like that. And then the body, yeah, we want a body to move like up like, probably like that. And we don't need an animator. I've got my inspector tab. Like I don't really have a whole lot of screen space, so you don't get to see my inspector tab, sorry. So remove the animator, keep everything else. Weird, what are these? Why didn't those boots disappear? Oh, those were, I don't know. Okay. So if I move this into parts, let's just see how it looks. Where am I keeping these? Self-same. Okay, so these are the boots, and what are they calling? Okay, I'm gonna need a new, like the feet move sets like an animation parameter, which I don't want. So we'll just call this ball move. Okay, last velocity, movement, rigid body, speed. Okay, we don't want the parameter float. So I think the type, yeah, the type is important. The prefab is parts / beach ball. The ID is, oof, this doesn't really matter. This is just sort of like a namespace almost. So we'll say clown. And it's got, I don't think I want blob at all. I think it just, so like the mount points, like we have a body empty that corresponds, so like it'll attach a random part there. And then this is a map of sort of like choices. So like if I wanted this thing to like, have like just a head or just like an arm, I could add those into this map and give it like a weight of how possible it is. And then the hook is the function that's called for move. It's ball move. So now oh, I got one and I went past it. Okay. Yeah, so it's hard to see. I think I want it to be a little bigger. which I think will be a function of like the like if I scale this like 1.5. There we go. I mean, it could even be a little bit bigger maybe, but okay, ball move. Let me try to remember what these are. Last velocity. So this is that's I'm not sure what that is. Movement. I think this rigid body is part of the where is it? The base entity. Yeah, the base entity has like a capsule collider and a rigid body. Um, so if I wanted to, I could give this ball like a sphere collider. Maybe we'll do that later. And that's where this velocity is being applied. Movement, I think, is what you're getting from like the either the player input keys or the AI. So that's just like a vector. Velocity. What? I mean, to be honest, I don't know what this is. I think that's gravity. Like, I think if, oh Lord, close that. I can't even, like, select that thing. I think these things do fall, although it doesn't really happen that often. So I think what I want is like let's say I do v3 plus v3 times movement. Like let's say I just want like 1/10 of the movement, and then nine-tenths of the last velocity. And the hypothesis here is that it'll kind of take a lot longer to slow down. Is it? Whoa. Oh. Okay, so there that takes a lot longer to slow down. But that's just too much. So let's try. 3 and 7. I mean, do I even want it to slow down? Like maybe I just want this thing to to go in a direction. So how would I do that? Like I think like this will just be able to speed up forever, right? Yeah. So what happens if I normalize that? Um, what is it? Dot normalized? Yeah. I can't pass that 1.0 speed. It is kind of weird. Like if I stop, it feels like that velocity doesn't stop. Like let's check state the entity. Oh, that's buried down inside of there somewhere. And I have to guess what what that is. I guess it's like the beach ball. But that has no state. Like that, yeah, see that velocity is just, it's just always there. Oh, because it's like being, is that because it's like being normalized? You know what, maybe like, because like velocity should stop. When it hits a wall, like that rigid body doesn't have, it loses its velocity. But I'm like adding some stuff together and normalizing it so it's always, like that's always going to have a velocity. Like I bet if I let's just find another beach ball guy. See, he doesn't have, okay, as soon as I give a movement, it starts with just like maximum velocity because it has to have, it's normalized, so it has to have some sort of maximum velocity. So what I want is like a check. So let's say movement is u. And then let's just do a second. So if magnitude of movement, if that's bigger than like 1.0, we want to normalize it. Otherwise, so it's like, okay, it's like a terminal velocity almost. Like it just can't be, it can't be bigger than 1.0, but it can be smaller. So let's find a wall. Hit the wall and then I think that's fine because I think like just like the tank and the feet, it's just taking a little time to turn around. We kind of don't want it. We kind of want like I want the ball to spin sort of at the speed you're going, and I wanted to sort of actually point in that direction. Okay, so this part right here, when you have a little bit of velocity movement, it's lerping the beach ball to that vector. Instead, we'll keep the threshold. Um, but we just want like a look. Where's my stuff? Maybe probably something like this. I mean, we'll use this. I know we probably want to. Well, I don't know if we want this or the actual beach ball mesh. Look at transform this. I think we can just get away with this. I don't think we need to tell it the up vector. Okay. So that just immediately looks at the direction it's going. And the final step is rotating. Oh. Let's just try and get a reference to that. Okay, so we got 2 children. I think that's a lazy sequence. Let's try an egg it. No. Let's, like, I know I want to optimize this stuff, maybe not today, but I know this is just going to be bad in the future. Unity transform children. Okay, so I can do get child, transform this 1. Okay, so that gives me the beach ball transform. So let's let b ball. And then I want to do like a rotate on the x-axis. Okay, so just rotate by a vector. B3 XYZ, so let's try like X is going to be something about magnitude 0, 0. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Okay, it needs to be a little faster. Let's try wait. Let's try times 3. I don't know if that's tied to delta or not. Tied to the update. Yeah, I don't know. Is velocity tied to like update speed? Yeah, that's probably tied together. So let's throw in our delta there. And then this probably bumps up to like 30 or something. Maybe even more, honestly. Yeah, like much more. Let's try 90. Because I think 30, the delta is like usually you want like 30 when you're really trying to get 1. No, that's still too slow. Let's try 160. That's pretty good. Maybe 180. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. Um, let's check how it looks, because the tank body is supposed to be kind of big. Um, some of these guys are so ridiculous. Like here's an organic guy. want a business body on top of, okay. I mean, I think this can go up a little higher. Maybe there should be like arms coming out of the sides of the beach ball. Or like maybe a variant. Let's call this beach ball arms. And then okay, so like the arm orientation I think matters a lot, so let's just try and grab these guys. Oh, but that's like spinning, right? No, we're rotating the whole thing. Continue. We're rotating the base object to point towards where you're going, and then we're spinning it. We're only spinning this little beach ball thing. Oh geez, where are these things? Okay, so save project. Okay, so we got the beach ball. And then I think I just need to change that. And then what were those called? Left arm and right arm. And we'll say those will always have an arm. I wonder if you can actually have a nil. Like I don't know if those can be are nillable. We'll try later. Let's just if he settles down here. Okay, so this guy has like two tentacles. I love that. That is so funny. Oh jeez. Wait, I might have to get a gif of this guy. Come on, lights cap. Come on. Did something freeze? There we go. What's that? Too fun. Okay. This guy has his like only gun is stuck to the arm. That's great. This is I like this game needs more parts like this that are just weird. Like honestly, there should be just weirder body plans. This guy has no. Oh, that's right. The actual monsters it'll check to make sure it can actually shoot, so that you don't have like a dud. Because like this guy, you can't beat the game if you have this guy because he can do nothing. Like he can, like the enemy bullets don't actually hurt other enemies, so he can just basically run around and die. I guess maybe these tentacles are like spawning in the ground or something. Who knows? Jeez. Cool. Very cool. Uh, I got like maybe another hour and a half. I'm gonna take a 5 minute break, and then I think I'm gonna try and set up like a level progression. So maybe it'll be you'll start on like a really small level, and then the next level will be a little bigger, and the enemies will get a little harder, or like have the possibility to be harder, so that it's actually more of a range between shitty and good enemies. And maybe we'll look at optimizing and see what's going on in the deep profiler, and maybe we'll make a build or something. But I'll be back in like about 5 minutes. I think I wish I could actually. There's a streamer I really like, XRA, who has this like really nice like audio setup. Like I guess it's what do you call it? Like a gate or something. So he's always playing music, and when he starts talking, the music volume goes down a bit, which is something I should figure out how to do because then I could be listening to music this whole time. Whoa, I am about to run out of memory. Stop, please stop. What is causing that? Unity is taking 13 gigabytes of memory. God damn it. Oh, please stop. Like I definitely want to save my project, I think. Okay. File, save project. Yeah, please save. Okay, save scenes. Okay. I don't know. Like I kind of suspect Arcadia might bring in some sort of memory leak, or it could just be Unity. I don't know. I mean, I guess when I make a build, I can like play it for a long time and see if this is a problem. I don't. I think this happens like occasionally, um, just in the editor, and it's not an actual problem with your project. Like, no, this is it has still hasn't quit. There we go. Nope. So annoying. Like it's probably trying. It probably started trying to write something to a swap or something, which is like super bad because it just usually takes forever and things only get worse while that's happening. Okay, there we go. Jeez, look at that. Oh my god, it went from 13 to like 3 gigabytes. Like I feel like my computer is like needs to restart now. Like it says everything is fine, but it doesn't feel fine. Okay, I'm gonna restart and then be back in probably like 15 minutes.